How you doing, guys? I'm Sean. Welcome to Rambles with my camera. Guys, today's video, it's Monday, the 20th of April, and it's about 12:30. Yep, 12:30. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I want to thank you all so much for your love and support on the channel. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments and all the likes. I really appreciate you being here. So thank you so much. Big shout out to the new subscribers. Happy days. You're very welcome. And to say, if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe. I'd love to have you here on this photography journey. So this is what I'm going to talk about. These are wee photographs I took on Saturday. What day was it? Yeah, so it was taken this Saturday. Let me just check and see. Yeah, the 18th of the 4th at 5:05 roughly. Okay. And this is just going to give you a wee bit of a tip. Now, I shoot in manual. And I don't know if you shoot in manual or not, but I think it's something that you should do. Well, you don't have to do it, but I think you should do. If you don't do it, at least learn about manual settings on your camera. I think it's far handier. But I've always shot manual. But basically, this photograph here at the very start, very mundane picture. But what has happened there is because I'm shooting in manual, I've crossed over the street and I've came from a sunny part of the street into the shadow, into a darker section of the street. We're in the Belfast city centre. And what you do there is you'd obviously have to change either your shutter speed or your aperture. So therefore you're going to be constantly having good light. So what I normally do is I challenge myself to guesstimate the light reading. So what I do is I guesstimate the light reading, set the camera, and I take a grab shot. And this is what's happened here. Okay, so nothing's happening. It's just so that once I'm in this section here, I know. Now, if you can see away up that side of the street, it's roughly the same lighting. So, and at the top of the street, there's going to be a lot of sunshine. You know, I don't know if I'll bring that in way up in there. Okay. So by the time I get to the top of that street, I would change the lighting again. Okay. So that's the whole basis of this. So when I'm coming out, I've took a grab shot. I've checked the lighting, dead on. Now I'm starting to walk around here. Okay. And just as I got round the corner, this young lad came cycling past and he just done a wheelie as he was going past. So, but because I had my camera setting, obviously 400th of a second, it's pretty fast enough. F9, good depth of field. ISO 400. And man, I should have said there I'm using a 35mm 1.8 lens, okay? So I took that instantly. I'd only seen him when he got about here. So instantly raised the camera up to my eye, fired off one frame. Now, you watch the wee birds, like I'm laughing. The wee birds are at this stage, so by the time I walked around, they're moving across. So, grab shot. Then the next shot's here. You okay? My point of focus is with the guy there. Hold this up a second. Okay. Yeah, a bit of movement there with the birds. And this is what this wee video is going to be about. It doesn't matter whether this, look at this back in focus again there. So it doesn't matter whether this is actually an award-winning photograph or it's going to win a competition. I like it because, let me just get this back in focus again. I like the shot because basically it's a grab shot, but it's reminding me about being prepared when I'm taking a photograph. I'll click on this, get a wee bit of a zoomed picture of it. I don't know whether you think cropping it in, emphasising the birds and his wheelie, the mask, is that better than not? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. But that's the wide frame anyway. There's more going on there, so that could work. But the point I'm making is that always be prepared. It doesn't matter whether you're shooting on manual or aperture priority or any of the auto settings. Have a camera ready because you don't know what you're going to walk into. I see so many photographers with camera gear, like thousands of pounds of camera gear, thousands of dollars, and it's inside a backpack. And they're calling themselves street photographers, yet they're walking about the street with no camera at the ready. And I cannot get my head around it. I'm constantly wanting to find a photograph. An unpaid mentor of mine, Les Brown. If you're not familiar with Les Brown's work, he's a motivational speaker, an amazing guy. But his quote, and he said, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. And for me, that's like a mantra in life. You know what I mean? Always be prepared, but especially with photography. So this is what this wee film's about. It's just, if you're shooting on manual and you're walking about the street, I don't know what your tips is, but what I constantly do, if I'm walking in a section of area and the lighting, I'm observing the lighting, I'm observing what's happening around, a cloud starts to go over the sun, or a building starts to come out of nowhere and you start to see the area starting to become darker, or you walk away from a shielded area until sunshine, you see the aperture, seeing it brighten, then I automatically adjust. Even if I'm crossing a road, I would start to adjust my aperture and shutter speed. Usually I always keep my shutter speed around about the 400. It's normally the aperture I would work on, because I like to have it around about 400th a second, because even the like of this scene here, 400th a second is pretty fast. You know what I mean? That's like, he's doing a wheelie there, and as I say, he's pretty sharp. That's a grab shot point of focus. Let me see where he's looking. Even that's pretty sharp. Do you know what I mean? See a bit of movement here. But you look here. Okay. That's very sharp indeed. And, you know, if I was down till like 100th of a second, you know, he would have been blurry. Now you could say, well, that probably would have added to the image, but I don't think so. I think as it stands now, I like the fact that the birds, you can see the blur in the wings, that they've got a movement in it. But I just like that the way it is. I'm still two minds, guys. Is that better? Cropped in, or like that? You know, let me know what your thoughts are on it. So be prepared for any eventuality happening. So I constantly have my cameras and always have myself ready. I always have myself ready for, you know, walking into a situation. You know what I mean? So don't be getting caught out. If you're shooting, why I'm saying till at the very start, the manual is better. At least even to know it, it's better than aperture priority and shutter priority. Full program mode is because I'm controlling the camera. I'm deciding that I want to keep it at 400, but I'm also changing the lighting as it's going along. Where if you happen to be in an area that is very strong backlighting, the camera would normally give you a fake reading. So I like that to shoot on manual. So guys, there you go. This is the week ahead. What I want to do is be prepared. You don't know what you're going to meet around the corner. Get your camera ready. Get it over your shoulder. Carry it in your hand. If you're going to have it in a bag, make sure that's already primed, that's just turned on. It's not turned off. You've took a light reading. You've got it set up to whatever setting you want. Be prepared for the photograph to unfold, because although that's not an award-winning photograph, I'm happy. It'll go into my archives, and it is what it is. But you could come across a photograph that's unbelievably fantastic, and because your gear is not ready, or because you haven't got the lighting ready, you could lose it. Okay, so I just remind you again, Les Brown says, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. Guys, listen, have a fantastic day, a fantastic week ahead. Know that I'm sending you love from Belfast. I'm going to be talking about, I'm thinking of doing a wee podcast, by the way. So watch this space. Send you love from Belfast. And I'll see you in the next video.